ranking SEO on Amazon is becoming more and more important, but how do you do SEO? Well, one of the fundamentals is making sure that your back-end keywords are set up properly. So in this video, I'm going to take you through how to think about your back-end keywords, what to include, what definitely not to include, and then how to check that you're actually getting indexed for them. Let's get into it. These are the search terms that are the most important here, okay? I will say without a shadow of a doubt, just looking at this, that the more of this you can fill in, like part number, number of pieces, size, color, number of items, fabric, like the more of the back end you can fill in, the better. So make sure you fill it all in. And but for us and for SEO, the most important things is these generic keywords. Okay, that's the most important thing to fill in. So I'm going to talk through some things to consider with regards to that. Right now, for all of the product-based, what we would sell, product-based categories on Amazon, the limit is 250 bytes, 250 bytes. Now, it used to be characters, and then people started putting special characters in, which actually take up more room. And so now it's 250 bytes. Okay, now you can see here that this particular one has actually exceeded the number of characters. That's bad. You don't want to do that. And the reason it is bad is because if you exceed the number of search terms, then Amazon will pick and choose what search terms to index, okay? Hopefully you all, actually maybe you don't, because Sonia's just brand new, maybe you haven't got a freaking clue what that is. So getting indexed just means that Amazon has linked up your product with the search term that you're trying to get people to talk about in a bid to actually come and find your product, okay? If Amazon hasn't linked those two things together, then it's not indexed, your product is not indexed for those search terms, and nothing you can do will make your product show up for them, okay? Well, there is something you can do. I'll talk about that soon. And that's bad, of course, because then it's just a waste of time doing all this shit. So you don't want Amazon to be in control of that. You want to be in control of it. I don't know if there is any detrimental points other than that, like if you get a bit of a penalty. I don't know. I've never done that test. But I'd want to be in control of what search terms I'm indexed for. And if you've got more, then Amazon picks, not you. Okay. So here, you can see it's 285 characters, but you can see here, look, it's got the special characters, bytes. There's extra bytes for that character, which is the love heart. Okay, so love costs you more money, as they say. Anyway, so that's what you want to do with that. You want to come here and check it out in that. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, come on, Asher, pull your shit together before we go down the garden path. 278 bytes. So we are like 28 bytes over the limit. Okay. Anyway, so you don't want to do that. That's bad. With regards to what you should put into it, the basic idea is that you want to use words that are synonyms for your main search terms. That's the very, very best thing to put in there. So you've got the thing that you're trying to rank for, you know, hand moisturizer, whatever it may be, okay? But then what else does somebody type into Amazon to come find your product? Well, they may type in moisturizing cream or cream for hands, things like that, okay? So you want to get those. They're the most important things to put into that area, okay? So what I like to do to find them is I like to use Google. So Google is a perfect way to find them. So you can use Answer the Public. Let me give you that one as a good way of getting some intel. Doink. But then So I've got hand moisturizer here. Answer the Public is brilliant, by the way. It's fantastic. Here's our main search term, hand moisturizer. Then if you scroll down to the bottom, all of these things here are synonyms for that particular product, and you definitely want to include them. Okay, you definitely want to include them. So as far as what to put in, that is, I think, 10 out of 10 what you want to go for. Okay, that's how I would handle that. What definitely not to put in, here's my list of search terms. You don't want to repeat words. There's zero benefit whatsoever for being indexed for the same word twice. Like that doesn't convey any additional SEO juice to it. Okay, don't do about that. Do not use brand names in there either, whether that's your own or somebody else. Don't do that. That's a no-no. You don't want to put any ASINs in there either. You don't want to try and get indexed for somebody else's ASIN. You will be absolutely penalized for that. You don't need to use any filler words or indeed any connector words like the, of, a, things like that, for. You don't need any of that. And then there's no what they call temporary words as well, which is things like new and best and sale and things like that. Okay, you don't need any of those. You don't want to put them in. Keep it to what I've told you. That is best practices for sure. Okay, so unless you're indexed for those search terms, you will not get found. And there's all sorts of tools where you can find out if you're being indexed. But the very, very simplest thing to do is simply to run a Amazon PPC campaign for those words. Okay, so what I do is I set up a separate Amazon PPC campaign, and this solely targets the stuff I've put into my into all this, targets each of those. So accessories, decor, home, blah, 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 targeting each word. And then as soon as I've had a click on it, on the word, then I'm able to remove the word from the campaign, because now I am guaranteed to be indexed for the word. Okay, that's the surest method. Like, you'll hear all sorts of different things about that, using search, find, buy, stuff like that. This is the surest method I know anyway of being indexed for those search terms. Run a PPC campaign, get a click on the word for your product. As soon as you've done that, Amazon then registers your word, your product, links them together. You're now indexed with the search engine. That's the best way of doing it. That was a video from the regular Monday night Q&A session that I host with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. Over 2,500 of us now, not just here in Australia, indeed right around the world, and growing. We're actually the fastest growing community of professional e-commerce entrepreneurs here in Australia, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do at the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, be sure to check out the link below, or indeed you can just get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. See you in the next video. Bye.